describe yourself as a coach?
I don't know if I'm the best person to describe myself as a coach. I think you could probably ask some of the players that I've coached. I'm a small town kid from Kawakoa, New Zealand. In recent times, probably the last 20 years, I've been a professional rugby coach, a job I fell into and I've been privileged to have for 20 years plus. I started off with Bay Plenty and NPC in New Zealand, into Super Rugby with the Blues, off to France with Clermont-Ferrand. That was a unique experience, considering that it was all new to me, and then into Leinster, Ireland, came back to New Zealand to pretty much retire, and got involved with the Blues by chance, and then the All Blacks again, and have landed in Sydney. So that's probably the whistle-stop tour of the last 20 years professional coaching, and along the way there's been some pretty special moments. I am a passionate coach. I try to stay relatively analytical. I don't think being overly emotional is going to necessarily change long-term behaviours. It may spark a behaviour for a short period of time or a performance, but I think to sustain a really consistent thread of performances, I just think you have to be quite analytical, and at the same time you hope that most of the accountability comes from the player themselves and the player group. That they're all incredibly keen to be part of the Wallabies and keen to be successful then once they're in the gold jersey. So that accountability, you'd hope at trainings and in matches, they're driving each other toward the excellence that they can deliver. Without a doubt, I really like working with a group of young people who are highly motivated, and that's invigorating. That keeps me motivated, and that's been a special part of being involved in high performance competitive environments. Every new challenge is unique, I think, and so coaching the Wallabies is going to be unique, but my past experiences, that they're always useful. They are just experiences, they're not solutions. That they don't drive a particular direction, but they allow a few different perspectives that have leaked into the lens I guess I view the game from, and the people who play the game, and I think that's all useful when you're looking at trying to put a group of athletes together to play in the most cohesive fashion, and also to make sure that they enjoy the experience, but they are understanding of the fact that the experience is going to take a lot of hard work. I think getting around the super clubs has been really beneficial for me. Hopefully the super club coaches have got something out of it as well. I'm hoping it's conducive to probably a continuity of player performance, so that they come out of Super Rugby and they flow into a Wallabies, rather than trying to completely reframe things. It doesn't mean that those teams play the same way. It just means that players have an expectation about how they need to perform. July 6 looks like it's tomorrow. To formulate cohesion and to get a team operating as a really positive unit, that's a massive challenge. I think you've got to get your playing group together, get alongside your other staff, determine what the best direction is to go, and then try to really build some trademarks. But any team that doesn't have a solid set piece is always going to be a little bit vulnerable. And any team that doesn't look after their ball, doesn't have a pretty clear strategy on where they want to go and how they're going to deliver the game, then I think you're going to be a little bit inconsistent if you don't have clarity in what you're trying to achieve from moment to moment, let alone game to game.